What's going on, Hokie Nation? Welcome into this week's Triumph Spotlight. Our guest today is a redshirt sophomore running back on the Virginia Tech football team, Malachi Thomas. A native of Hartwell, Georgia, Malachi is a core piece of the Hokies' running attack on the ground. Malachi Thomas joins us next on this week's Triumph Spotlight, and it starts right now. As always, Hokie Nation, today's show is brought to you by Triumph NIL. The Triumph Digital Network is a fully integrated portal featuring individual channels for Malachi Thomas and all of your favorite Hokie athletes. Visit TriumphNIL.com for exclusive engagement, merchandise, and content opportunities, as well as subscriptions. I think some introductions are in order. I'm Giovanni Heater, joined alongside Carter Hill, Jack Brizendine, and Nick Brown producing behind the scenes, and of course, our guest of the day, Malachi Thomas, is in the house. Malachi, how you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks so much for joining us, fresh off the heels of a big-time win on Saturday, so really appreciate your time.
Thank you.
All right, let's get right into our questions today, and we'll kind of start with an interesting one here, Carter. It's no secret that you've battled some injuries throughout your career, right? Through 5 games this season. How's your body feeling?
It's been feeling great, man. Just been getting all the treatment I've been getting and just trying to keep my body healthy.
Well, I was going to ask, has your approach changed at all from a strength and conditioning standpoint to kind of keep your body healthy through 12 games, maybe more?
Yes. It done changed a lot. I done started going to a lot more treatment, just focusing on the little muscle groups and, things like my ankles, hamstrings, and lower back and everything like that.
So we just mentioned the big win over Pitt on Saturday night, and you were a big part of this offensive explosion, right? 427 total yards as a team, 38 points, 5 touchdowns as an offense. There was an emphasis on running the ball Saturday night. It really felt like. What worked this week?
I think we just put it in our mind that it's time for us to get the yards that we needed on the ground and that we were just going to be a dominant run group, and that's what we want to be this season, is just a physical team that can just drive down the field at will and run the ball at will.
What was different about the preparation for this past week?
I'll say the coaches just pushed us more, and we emphasized and focusing on more of like finishing our runs and driving our knees through contact and just having a lot more energy during practice so that I can carry over to the game.
How has this offense really evolved through 5 weeks of the season, right? Obviously, Grant goes down, Kyron comes in, and then schematically, things are starting to look a little bit different the last couple of weeks in particular.
I'll say we evolved a lot. We had a rough few games towards the middle there, but we're just always just a couple of plays from just winning this game or making big-time plays, just missing a little block or just having to break an arm tackle.
You guys also seem to have quite a bit of pre-snap movement on Saturday. I think one of our good buddies called it pre-snap eye candy, was it? Raza Umarani, shout out to him. How much do you think that helped you all on Saturday?
I'll say it helped a lot because we're not allowing a defense to know what formation that we're in, and it's going to work in our favor at the end so that we can know all the keys of what we need to do on that play.
How about the emphasis on, it seemed like there was a lot more outside runs, right? And pitches and different things in the offense instead of just these inside zones. Did you feel a difference in that? Do you enjoy running the ball to the inside or the outside more? What fits your play style?
I'll say I like them both, but I know that game particularly, we went in thinking we're going to try to stretch them out wide and then knife them up the middle towards the end just to tire out the defense, and they really didn't make any adjustments towards that, so we just kept on going with the game plan.
Well, your guy Bayshaw Tootin had quite the evening. What's it been like working with him?
Working with him, it's exciting because me and him, we get along very well. We're just always talking and communicating about what we see on the field, and he had a great day.
How do your two skill sets, complement each other? They bring this guy in. He's very, very physical. You're incredibly fast, and you're physical as well. Really a two-headed monster, and all good football teams have multiple running backs that can do it and carry the load. So how do you guys complement each other on the field?
I'll say we complement each other, but Bayshaw, he's a pretty explosive guy. So he showed that Saturday, and me, like, I'm more of just a hammerhead. Like, you can just pound me in the middle, and I'll just get the dirty yards, and I'll say that's how we complement each other.
Well, take us back to that Syracuse game, your freshman year in 2021. 21 carries, 151 yards, and 3 touchdowns in a shootout against the Orange. How special was that day for you?
It was a day to remember for sure. I mean, at the beginning, I wasn't really expecting it, but, you know, God has a plan, and it was just exciting playing that game.
I was going to say, how much of an idea did you have going into it that you were going to get the amount of carries that you were going to get that afternoon?
Oh, I'll say before the game, they told me that I was going to get a few touches, but I wasn't expecting that many carries. But I guess I just started off good, and I just finished good, so they just let me play it out.
Give it to the hot hand, right?
Yeah.
What'd you think about those throwback uniforms that day?
I love those uniforms.
Those are
like
good.
them.
Those are good. Wore them again in the bowl game, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Put the Yankee sticker on the side.
Yeah, there's a big Yankee guy over
Loved
here.
those helmets. Oh
All
my
right.
gosh.
All right. Well, what's this partnership with Triumph been like for you? How did this all get started?
I'll say after my freshman year, they kind of contacted me about, you know, working with them, and they'll be able to get my name out and just help me put my name out there more for future business and things like that. So the partnership has been very well. You know, we're always communicating, and whenever they need something, you know, I'm there to help, or they're just always there and just helping out.
Any NIL endeavors that, you know, you're really looking forward to getting your hands on, whether that be a local charity or, you know, maybe, you know, we need the Malachi Thomas burger over at, you know, Cabo Fish Taco or something. And any ideas off the top of your head?
No, I don't really have any ideas off the top of my head, but I'd be very willing to have something like that come across my plate.
Very cool.
More merch or restaurants type of guy? Like
Restaurants.
restaurants.
Okay. What's your go-to spot?
Wendy's.
Okay.
That is a first.
The Malachi Thomas biggie bag.
That is a first. Well, when you were initially recruited here to Virginia Tech, you were recruited in both baseball and football. What was that process like, and how did you decide to just stick with football?
Well, it came across as, you know, we want you here for football, and then they got into contact with the baseball program.
Okay.
It was like, would he be willing to let him dual sport? So then it came across my mind. I thought about it, you know, had conversations with my parents, but I just felt that I'd just focus on football because that's just been my main sport since I was a kid.
You enjoy going out to English Field when you got a free moment?
Oh, yeah.
Your freshman year, that team, Gavin Cross and Nick Biddison and all of them, super regional, that was fun.
Did you go to any of those super regional games?
Yeah.
Yeah?
They were good.
Very cool. All right, well, you're a prayer captain with the Fellowship of Christian Athletes here at Virginia Tech. You're wearing the shirt right now, says PC right on the sleeve. What does the opportunity to be a leader through your faith mean to you?
It means a lot because, you know, I come from a faithful family, you know, just growing up in church and everything like that. So it means a lot to me to just be there for my teammates, and if they just ask me to pray for them or if they need anything, I'll be able to do that. And now, I mean, with the name, it just helps to let other teammates or anybody else on campus know that, yeah, I'm here for them, I'll pray for them or whatever they need.
I love that. I love that. Well, you're an SMA major here at Virginia Tech, which is near and dear to all of our hearts in this room. So can we expect you behind the mic when you're done playing, maybe like in Eddie Royal or Eric Macklin or now Mike Vick with Fox?
Oh, yeah, for sure. You know.
Yeah? No?
Yeah. Very cool.
Get you in the studio.
Yeah, have you seen like Eddie Royal and I mean, that's a guy that played at Virginia Tech, was a stud at Virginia Tech, and now he's making multiple visits a year to, you know, work for the ACC network, and had some really cool stuff with him this past weekend. Have you got a chance to talk to him at all, or a guy like that?
I haven't really got to talk to him as much, but I've met him and we had like a little small conversation.
Very cool. Very cool. We want to get into a little bit of a speed round here?
I would absolutely love to. What do you think? Speed round? Some fun questions?
Let's do it.
Nice. Right. I love it.
Clark, you lead us off here.
Pre-game playlist. It's kind of the first thing we lead off with every single one of these segments.
Okay. See, the first song that I play is "Run This Town."
Nice,
great
song. That's on the Lyft playlist. I love that.
I feel like
that's like your old 2K days, right?
Yeah.
Like they had those
that
on
was
2K,
on 2K13
on the Wii and Xbox 360.
That's fantastic. What else you got on there?
I don't know. I just got a lot of songs. Got a couple by YoungBoy. I don't know. I can't really name any off the top of my head, but
okay,
"Run This Town," that's my go-to for sure.
I like that.
Probably listen to that on repeat 3 times.
How about what was the best Enter Sandman in your career so far? Because I mean, some of the day games are great. Obviously, they turn it up a notch at night. What has been the most memorable for you?
I'm gonna say my freshman year against Notre Dame.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
Yeah,
that was a good one.
That's got to be up there. West Virginia last year? Yeah, that may be your first night game.
No, second night game. UNC.
Carolina, yeah. Carolina.
The opener.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
West Virginia last year was pretty good. I think Saturdays was pretty good.
Yeah, Pitts was pretty good.
That one was real good. I'll say all of them are pretty memorable, but there's nothing that's just like the first experience of it.
Yeah.
I actually want to ask you this. I don't think we've ever asked anybody this, but what is it like to be in the tunnel in terms of how much can you hear and tell what's going on outside of the tunnel at the time?
You can hear it. Honestly, you can hear everything.
Everything?
It's kind of just echoing off the walls, and we're just all taking it in.
Yeah. The Let's Go Hokies bouncing off the walls and everything.
How about when you're walking from the locker room and you make that walk to the tunnel and you got the Let's Go Hokies and the Johnny Cash, the stomping and clapping with God's Gonna Cut You Down? What is that build up like?
I'll say I always get nervous just hearing it, and then seeing it and just honestly just being able to feel everything just kind of shaking, and it's just an exciting moment, honestly.
What is the best venue you've played in on the road here so far at Tech, do you think? And the loudest maybe?
Might come on Saturday.
It very well might, yeah.
I'll say.
Disclaimer, this is pre-Florida State.
It's coming out on Wednesday.
Pre-Florida State.
Oh, no. I'll probably have to say it's probably going to be Florida State.
It's probably going to be Florida State. West Virginia
was pretty good.
I was about to say my freshman year against West Virginia, that one
was pretty
wild.
Rutgers was kind of ruckus this year. I was
to
a little
degree,
surprised.
Yeah. You were on the field. You had a better I guess, audio visual of it. But I thought NC State last year was okay, too, at times.
It was a night game.
Yeah, I feel...
We're not trying to back you into a corner either. So if you disagree, it's okay.
Malachi's no, NC State was nothing like Lance Stadium.
Oh my
That's definitely got to be the fun part, right? You have one of the best atmospheres in college football at your home.
Right, no doubt about it.
That's pretty cool. Who on the schedule jumped out to you when you first saw that schedule? Was there anybody you were like, man, I cannot wait to play them?
It's Florida State.
Florida State. There we go. Why?
Because I knew that they were going to be one of the top schools in the nation in college football, and I'm just ready to see what they got.
How far is Hartwell, Georgia from Tallahassee?
I think it's 9 hours.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
Never mind. Well, what is your favorite uniform combo? You kind of hinted at it earlier, but if you could pick any uniform to wear here at Tech for your last 2 years, what would it be?
The Hokie Stone, or let's say just the whiteout.
Yeah, I do like the Stormtrooper look.
You going Hokie Stone with the black pants and the black helmet, or the Hokie Stone jersey with the white pants and the white Hokie Stone helmet? Because they've done it twice.
I like it with the white pants and the white Hokie Stone helmet.
I like that one too. All right, let's see. Best game time: noon, 3:30, or prime time?
3:30.
3:30.
3:30.
Why is that?
I'll say because it's in the middle. If you got to wake up in the morning and have to go into a game at 12, sometimes you're just not fully awake. And then the 8 o'clock kickoff, you know, you just got all the anticipation. You're just building up, and you're just waiting a very long period of time for that. But 3:30, I feel like you just wake up, you eat, you get a little break, and then it's game time.
What time do you wake up for an 8 o'clock game? Like, do you sleep in and try and, you know, sleep till like 11 o'clock? Or like, what time do you get up for an 8 o'clock game?
We usually get up around 9:30. Yeah.
There you go.
Nice. Well, I was going to say, did you see the schedule of the USC personnel for the Colorado game this past weekend? It was 10 a.m. local time, a kick, and they stayed in Denver, which is like an hour away from Boulder. So their alarm was set off at 4:45, which is 3:45 local time on the West Coast. So that would have been a 4 a.m. wake up call for you to play the Buffs of Colorado. So that how would you be able to handle that, do you think?
I'll say, I don't know. It'd be tough, but it just all comes down to you just got to go to bed on time and wake up with the right mindset.
Yeah. True.
Well, go ahead.
Yeah, sure. What's your favorite Hokie effect game? Is it the white out, the maroon out, the orange effect, or do you want to maybe see a blackout maybe in the future, do you think?
I'll say it'll be interesting to see a blackout in the future, but I love the white out.
Yeah, it's a really good Saturday.
White out hits a little different at night, I think.
No doubt.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not bad during the day, but like at night with the lights on, it was pretty special on Saturday night. What was your visit like back in the day? Like, what game did you come see? And did you see a basketball game too? Like maybe at a different time or?
Sadly, I wasn't able to come to any because of COVID.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
So did you come here sight unseen? Had you been to campus before?
Yeah. I'll say after I committed, I was texting the coaches, and then me and my parents just decided to drive up here on our own and just check out everything and look and just see what it looks like.
How far is that from home?
It's 5 hours.
Oh, that's not bad at all. So you're in northern Georgia then?
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Not bad at all. Well, I think that wraps things up for today. Carter, you got anything else?
How do you want to be remembered here at Virginia Tech? Shout out Jack Brizendine for the question behind the scenes.
I think I want to be remembered as just a baller. Just somebody that just went out and got it, and I don't know.
I think you're well on your way to doing that. Florida State coming up this weekend. How we feeling ahead of Saturday? Coming off the heels of a big win.
Feeling good, just got a lot of preparation ahead of us. Just got to keep grinding and getting better every day.
Awesome. All right. Well, for Jack Brizendine, Nick Brown behind the scenes, for Malachi Thomas, Carter Hill, I'm Giovanni Heater. You can catch the Hokies on Saturday against number 5 Florida State at 3:30 kick in Tallahassee. Thanks so much for joining us on this week's Triumph Spotlight. And as always, we'll see you next week.